Hello, welcome to Rebel Base, IGN's weekly Star Wars show.
Guess who I've been speaking to, Daniel? Star Wars royalty.
Well, I can see the images behind me, and also I know what you did. Let's not maintain a charade any longer.
That's right. I went down and interviewed Warwick Davis this morning. What do you think about that? I was at the BFI IMAX because the prop store, do you know what that is?
Yep.
Pretend you don't.
Okay, what is it?
It's people who have lots of props from famous films and they store them, because prop store, and there's going to be a live auction of some really, really cool stuff. And it's going to be September 23rd down at the BFI IMAX, which is where I was today. And there's some really, really good stuff. So like Star Wars stuff, there's a Stormtrooper helmet from Empire Strikes Back. And this really cool thing about that is like, what color are Stormtroopers' eyes, do you think?
On the mask?
On the mask. On the mask. On the mask.
I would say it's black.
Green. Like a really weird, luminous green. Which is really, really interesting.
The more you know.
Yeah. So that's there. There's
also the Darth Vader scar prosthetic.
Yeah, that's really weird. Because it's just a scab. Do you want to buy a scab?
It's Darth Vader's scab.
Yeah, I don't know. They were like, "Oh, do you want to have a closer look at anything?" And I went, "Yeah, can I put the scab on?" They were, "No, you can't." It was like,
that's highly collectible.
Yeah, it's like
it will perish if exposed to natural air.
But if you want, you can hold this Stormtrooper head if you want. I was like, all right, I'll hold that then. Cheers. But there's some really good stuff there.
You ungrateful.
No, I really liked it. There was also like an Ewok head. It wasn't wicked at all, but it was good.
Decapitated heads.
It looked really strange. What else did I see? Oh, there was also a really, really cool thing that I saw was the sports almanac from Back to the Future. That was one of my favourite non-Star Wars things. It was like blasters and stuff like that from Star Wars.
What do they think is going to be the most kind of expensive lot?
There's a bunch there.
Like, what's going to be the biggie?
Well, I think they're sort of thinking they don't really know because it can go for anything. So I think at the moment the Ewok head is on like $3,000. But it's all going to be a live auction, so you can actually watch it live. I think it's www.propstore.com/live auction. Okay. But I spoke to Warwick Davis, I did, about how excited he is for The Force Awakens.
Oh, I'm excited. I mean, I'm a fan. I never thought I would see this. You know, we had the prequels, and you think, well, that's that. And then, of course, to get sequels and to kind of understand what goes on beyond Return of the Jedi is something I don't think any of us thought we'd ever see.
And what do you think Wicked's been up to up until now then? You know, he had the big sort of party after Return of the Jedi.
It went on for some time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, you know, the Ewoks, they are party animals. So that celebration, you know, you saw a couple of minutes of it at the end of Jedi. It went on for some years. I think there's going to be a standalone movie just about the party.
Who do you think would win in a fight, Wicket or Jar Jar?
Who would win in a fight? I don't know, really. That's an interesting fight, isn't it? Because, you know, Ewoks have got a lot of weaponry. The Gungans have got all them glowing balls and stuff to chuck around, so it'll be an interesting fight. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd feel bad beating Jar Jar up, unlike many people out there, I'm sure.
Okay, so that's the prop store.
Whoa, Daniel. There's more. That's not it from Warwick Davis. Now, as you well know, as a co-presenter of this show, we've been talking recently about whether or not Ewoks eat people. We've given a pretty good case for it, but obviously, who would know better than anyone? Only bloody Wicket the Ewok. So I asked him, let's put this to bed once and for all.
We sort of have this theory, and it's a theory that's going around. IGN people and me, mostly me, that Ewoks eat people.
That's an interesting theory. I mean, you've got some evidence though, haven't you, in Return of the Jedi?
Exactly.
You know, that we were about to cook them. Yeah, we don't eat them raw, but yeah, we were gonna have a little roast Han.
So you confirm that Ewoks definitely eat people, is what you're saying?
Don't you reckon?
Yeah, definitely.
We need to eat something. It's as good a food as any. We caught them legitimately in a net, so and that was what that net was there for.
Time for another edition of Force Feedback. I know you've been waiting for it, Krupa. This is from Ruben, my favourite sandwich, Arthur Duran Jr., my favourite name that's ever written in. Although, we did notice that he's used for his signature, like a 50s diner signature.
I like it.
Font. And he's written from his work address, which is a university. Should be at bloody work, mate. But anyway.
But thank you for watching the show
anyway. Thank you for watching our show at work.
Ungrateful.
He says, huge fan of your show since the name of Force Feedback doesn't... Hang on, wait a minute. I should have read this first. Since the name Force Feedback doesn't seem to hit it off with the both of you, how about calling it Force Followers? A time for fellow Force enthusiasts.
You're horrible.
How about that, Ruben?
Insight into what it's like working with Gav.
Next question.
Mike Hinton has written in, "Hi guys, still laughing my ass off," or as we would say, arse,
Yeah.
at the Ewok section from a few weeks back when we discussed whether Ewoks eat people.
Yeah.
Which now we've heard from
Warwick Davis,
Warwick
he does.
Davis. He does. My question is, have either of you seen the 2 Ewok movies, Caravan of Courage and The Battle of Endor? Battle for Endor, I should say. And is it a good representation of how to do a Star Wars spin-off film? Well, it's probably not the best. I don't think anyone at Disney or Lucasfilm right now is looking at them as the template for a good spin-off movie.
I wouldn't have thought so, no.
But I think that's a good point. I have seen bits of them online. I haven't seen them all the way through.
I don't think I've watched them all the way through since I was a kid, so maybe that's something we should do.
I think we should do that in the coming weeks.
Definitely. Here we go. This is from Liam Neeson. It's not from Liam Neeson. It's from Oregonal Name. What do you think of Finn and Rey having fake American accents? Both Liam Neeson and Ewan McGregor were faking their accents in the prequels.
Acting.
American and British instead of Irish and Scottish. So it wouldn't be the first time, and some actors have turned in pretty convincing American accents. Okay, you guys are British, what do you think? I'm also wondering if either of you guys have tried an American accent yourself. Well, we know now, because we broke this news last week, that Finn will have an American accent.
Yeah, so we went on the eve of Force Friday.
Yeah.
Force Thursday.
Yeah.
For a better
Force
name.
Thursday.
We went to a preview of the toys and we recorded an interview not only with Kylo Ren, we got to hear him speak for the first time,
Very
we also
first time.
interviewed the Finn action figure. And he did speak with an American accent.
does.
What do I think of it? Doesn't really bother me. Like, did I want to hear him have an English accent? Not particularly. It don't mind. Like, there is no nationality as such in the world of Star Wars, I guess.
Yeah.
In, like, you know, he's not playing an American. He's not from America in the
For-
movie.
yeah, for-
Does it matter?
No, I don't think so.
I wonder why they've made that decision.
Well, maybe he's made the decision, you never know. Because, like, a lot of the time, actors come, you know, they might have wanted him to use his own accent, but, you know, a lot of actors
I bet you
come to
Donald
things.
Gleeson has a British accent as the bad guy.
Yeah, he'll be really British, I think. But then, like, you know,
talking.
like some people just come up with different accents and things like that. Like, Benicio del Toro is, like, one of the most famous ones in Usual Suspects.
What?
He just turned up with that sort of weird
I do
voice.
think about that, though, on Bryan Singer, one of his first big
Yeah.
movies, and Benicio del Toro's there. He's too scared to, like, tell him,
Yeah.
like, don't do that. He's just like...
It's also, what's it called? John Malkovich in Rounders. So it was just disgusting Russian accent. And you'd be like, that's what you're going to go for? Tom Hardy in Locke as well.
Got
Not a
halfway
terrible
through
one.
and just watching Russia's like, it's
Yeah.
too late now. This email is called The Multiple Versions of Gav. And
All right.
it's from Darren. I cannot help...
Darren.
No, it's a good thing.
I like how you say Darren as if he's your mate.
This is from Dazzer. I cannot help notice that Gav looks slightly like Oscar Isaac.
I love that.
If he shaved his beard and removed his glasses, he would look like Poe Dameron. But also, if he was to shave his head but leave his beard in its full glory, magnificent glory,
Thank you.
he would look like Oscar Isaac in the excellent movie Ex Machina. Now, it's funny you should say that.
Oh,
because
yeah.
we did a little photo shoot of you as Oscar Isaac, circa
Ex Machina.
Ex Machina.
And you as Donald Gleeson.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll stick that up now.
Just put it in there. And if Gav forgets to do that in the edit, imagine it.
Yeah. Where we go then. What is the last one? This is from Mads Jorgensen. It says, greetings from Denmark. Also, hello, Gavin Krupa. So he's got an episode 7 fan theory. You ready for this?
Yeah, hit me.
There have been a lot of talk and theory surrounding Kylo Ren as well as other characters. However, I've been playing with the idea that Supreme Leader Snoke might actually be Darth Plagueis, and here is why. When Palpatine told young Anakin the tale of his former master, he said that Plagueis was known for cheating death. Also, early concept art shows a hooded, deformed, damaged person holding the burned-down Vader helmet. Could this be Plagueis' way of honouring Vader? He did more or less create him through the Force. It also explains Kylo Ren's fascination with Vader, as well as who the Knights of Ren are. P.S. Gav, keep up the good work on section names for the show. Krupa is just super jealous.
Of course I'm jealous. He
That's
looks
all
like
good.
Oscar Isaac.
Well, hang on, he's got them here now. We put them up on screen and stuff, but I didn't think that was somebody else. I thought that was Kylo Ren. But I thought it was just like concept art for Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
We
it
don't
could
know.
be, but we know that Kylo Ren looks like Adam Driver without his mask on. He isn't deformed.
Yeah.
But what I like about this, imagine if it, like, obviously we've got a lot of recurring characters from the
Yeah.
original trilogy, Luke, Leia, Han.
Yeah.
Imagine if it goes, like, the villain is revealed to be something even deeper, that ties it way back to the beginning.
Yeah.
I think that's a really cool thing, because a lot of this isn't really calling back to the prequels.
Yeah.
But imagine if that one element ties the prequels in. It's like there's this darker, deeper elemental evil that's existed from way back when.
Yeah.
I think that's really a great revelation.
I love Darth Plagueis as well. I really hope he's in it. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Cool. Last bit of feedback this week is from Nathaniel Hutchison, and it's also speculation about the bad guys. I think the Knights are a new rendition, so this is the Knights of Ren, are a new rendition of the Sith Order, like Darth Bane's Rule of Two, but made to reflect the same setup as the Jedi Order. So
Okay.
kind of an opposite of the Jedi Order. In the now non-canon expanded universe, we've seen multiple variations of the Sith Order.
Yeah.
I believe that the Knights of Ren are a cult of Sith who idolize not Vader, like y'all have been implying, y'all,
American.
good, but some ancient Sith Lord whose name was Darth Ren. The leader of the group found Darth Ren's holocrons and built their order around his ideas.
Yeah, I like that idea. I don't understand how that fits in with the Rule of Two, though.
I
Darth
think-
Bane's Rule of Two was there has to be there would only be a master and an apprentice at all times. How does it?
different.
Yeah, that is
Expansion.
different. Yeah, the Knights of Ren. That's not two, is it? That's lots. Well, I mean,
Right.
Knights
No,
could
no.
be two in fairness, but yeah.
Well, if you want to bring in maths.
I'm thinking
Or
I'm thinking it's gonna be a lot. But
Good.
I like the theory though.
That's why you come here for expert analysis. It's going to be lots.
But yeah, if you have any theories or anything cool, if you think I look like any other sexy Star Wars characters, let us know. rebelbase@ign.com.
Or any of the creatures or the monsters in the Star Wars universe.
Not them.
We've got two of the forthcoming Star Wars Turtle Beach headsets. One of them is Battlefront themed, and the other one, very excitingly, is The Force Awakens.
What is The Force Awakens? First question.
It is a small independent movie coming out sometime in December.
So what's on yours?
So these, both are coming out kind of unspecified as yet, but around October, November time.
Yeah.
First off, mine are to tie in with the EA game Battlefront, and they are themed like a Sand Trooper. I'm quite partial to a Sand Trooper in general. But if you go and look at the side, look at the detailing, you've kind of got scuff marks, the Empire symbol, and also quite like this little red, just like the cape on the shoulder of the Sand Trooper.
That's orange.
I meant orange. Continue, it's fine. This is red.
This is red.
My red is your orange.
That's kind of orange though as well, by the way.
Okay.
Are you alright?
Yeah, well, maybe I'm having a stroke.
Well, I hope not.
So what's your one?
These ones are Force Awakens themed. So kind of like X-Wing Squadron, I guess maybe like Poe Dameron themed. We've seen him in this kind of garb, but there's some like cool little things on it, like two little V's there. But there's a lot of Aurebesh on it as well, the Star Wars alphabet, just clipping around there. And it says Resistance, X-Wing Squadron, and inside Star Wars Force Awakens. But this is the cool thing. Just get up inside there. You can see, what's in there, Daniel?
Kind of blueprints of the new X-Wings.
Yeah.
Which have the more kind of Ralph McQuarrie wing structure.
Yeah.
Um,
So they're really cool. Like, and you've got Air Force Recon on there. Is that you're saying anything? No, it doesn't. Never mind. And clipping the mics in and out. Stick them on your head, as most headphones go. I was gonna stick the Force Awakens trailer on and see what it sounds like. You ready for this, Daniel?
this is great video.
I'm gonna go away for a second. I'll put it on as well. I'll cut it in. Ready? It's really loud.
You don't need the microphone for this.
Am I doing that granddad thing of like talking really loud?
So yeah, both sets are coming out around October and November, so in time for Battlefront and in time for The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
This is the cheaper of the two sets, which is about
Is it?
around 35.
Okay.
And this one, I think it's going to go around the £60 mark.
Well, how lovely, Daniel. And that's Rebel Base for this week. If you want to get in touch with us, you can, rebelbase@ign.com. And for everything else Star Wars, keep it right here on IGN.